This week, I'm using my homemade cookbook of tried and true recipes to find what we're going to have. When I'm meal planning, I have to think about what the week looks like, what the days are going to entail. Like Sunday, I have more time, so I can cook something that takes a little longer. But Monday, I usually work late, so I needed something quick my family could do on their own. And Friday, I'm having visitors come, so I wanted something that's a crowd pleaser, but also simple. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I have not as much time, so it has to be simple. Saturday, I don't usually cook. I usually do leftovers on Saturday, but since I have visitors, I'm gonna cook. The main ingredients for the meals of the lentil soup are lentils, of course, which I already had, and then I bought a ham shank, and I'll add some tomato sauce and tomatoes, diced tomatoes, celery, cabbage, a whole head of cabbage, and several carrots. The taco casserole will have ground beef, avocados as a garnish, chips and olives as a garnish, refried beans, sour cream as a garnish, tomatoes as a garnish, onions as a garnish, and then cheese in the casserole. For the pizza bites, the main ingredients are pepperoni. We'll garnish with some sauce, but Parmesan and mozzarella will go in the muffins, as well as eggs and flour and seasons and spices. Pretty simple. We'll also have one of these salad kits to go with the pizza bites. For the chilies, rellenos, cheese, eggs, sour cream, and green chilies are the main ingredient. But I also got some of those kind of partially cooked rice that you can just warm up to go with it, making it really simple and quick. I bought the hamburgers already formed just to make life simpler, and a bag salad as well. This is really simple. Season up the hamburgers and cook them in the oven. For the next meal, I got 2 kinds of sausage, mild and hot, because I know some people in my family won't want the hot sausage. But it'll just be penne pasta with Prego and a little bit of cream cheese. I may put peppers in some of it, but not all, because my family's picky. And that's it for that. We'll also have broccoli to go with it. Add 2 quarts of water to the saucepan and a can of tomato paste or sauce, the ham shank, a can of diced tomatoes, 3 or 4 stalks of celery and 2 or 3 carrots sliced, 1 medium onion, a pound of lentils, a tablespoon of basil, a tablespoon of parsley, 2 or 3 bay leaves, and salt and pepper to taste. Add 1 head of cabbage, coarsely chopped. Stir and bring to a boil, and then let simmer for about 3 or 4 hours, stirring occasionally. This next recipe is a great vegetarian recipe. It calls for 8 eggs, large eggs. Stir those or beat those. 1 cup of sour cream, and mix that well. Then I add 2 cans, 4-ounce cans of green chilies drained, and 3 cups of cheese. You can use a mixture of cheeses. I use Monterey Jack. Then salt and pepper, and 1/4 cup of green onions. Now I'm using a non-stick silicone pan, so I didn't have to grease it, but you might need to grease it if you're using a different pan. Grease well. These silicone pans, they come out super easy. As I'm showing you here, they just pop right out. So that's why I use them for eggs especially. And they're great garnished with sour cream and salsa and avocados. You're gonna add a 3/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon garlic salt, 1/2 to 1 tablespoon Italian seasoning, and then add 3/4 cup milk to 1 egg, and add the dry to the wet. ingredients, and then you'll add your cheese. 1 cup of mozzarella, 1/4 a cup of Parmesan, and a third of a cup or 3/4 of a cup of chopped pepperoni. Again, I'm using my silicone mini muffin baking pan, so I'm not spraying, but you'll probably want to spray if you're using a regular muffin pan. And you're going to bake at 350 for 20 minutes, and then you can garnish with a marinara sauce of your choice. Brown a 1.5 pounds of hamburger in the skillet. Then you're going to add a taco seasoning of your choice. I had this taco seasoning, and so I just used that and added salt, but if you have a packet of taco seasoning or seasoning that has salt, then you omit the salt. And I added 3/4 cup water, and I'm going to let it simmer for 10 minutes and absorb all the spices. Then take about 3 cups of crushed chips and put them in the bottom of a baking dish, and a can, about 15-ounce can of refried beans, and carefully try to spread that around to the bottom of the pan. And then you'll add your beef on top of that. Then you're going to add about 1/2 cup to 3/4 of a cup of salsa, and top it with a cup of cheese, depending on how much cheese you like, and add some more chips and a little more cheese. Then you'll bake that for about 20-25 minutes, and you can garnish it with one of the small cans, 4-ounce cans of olives. I get the pre-cut to save time, and some cherry tomatoes cut in half, and some green onions. I also like to garnish it with avocado and sour cream, and we ate this with a salad. It'd be really good with lettuce on top too, like a taco salad. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of this Kinder seasoning, that's coarse pepper, salt and garlic, as well as onion powder, about 1 teaspoon onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon dried parsley, as well as 1 teaspoon of ground mustard powder, and a little bit of cayenne pepper, depending on how spicy you like things. Then you're going to put your hamburgers out on a cookie baking sheet and rub the seasoning on both sides of the burger. You're going to broil these and make sure they reach an internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Garnish and serve. You're going to boil 1 package, or about 3.5 cups of pasta, and brown 1 pound of Italian sausage, either mild or spicy. Once that's browned, remove it from the pan, and then you're going to add your onions and garlic, about 1 medium onion and 2 cloves of garlic. Let those saute, and then you'll add some crushed red pepper flakes, about 1/4 teaspoon, and 2 ounces of cream cheese, 1 26-ounce jar of spaghetti or marinara sauce. Then you're going to add back your sausage to the pan and put your noodles in a baking dish and add your sauce. Mix that up, and then sprinkle with a cup of mozzarella cheese and 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, and bake for 25 to 30 minutes. Serve with steamed broccoli and garlic bread. This was a great week.